So avocado program is our diocesan initiative with the purpose to sell fresh avocado from this ranch, Ferrucci Clergy Retirement Ranch at parishes, to support our retired priests who have been faithfully serving God's people in our diocese for so many years.
This look okay to me. Good size, green. I don't like this. It's good. We don't send this to the diocese. When people come in this place and they can feel it, they can see how is the place look beautiful. But each thing it's a sacrifice, working, thinking. It's a lot of work, big job done.
My parents envisioned this property to reflect the beauty of the Italian countryside and to be a place of rest for priests.
I met Bishop Ferrucci when I came here 14 years ago, and he became a real good friend and a real support for me in many, many ways.
After many years of friendship with Bishop Vann, they realized that Bishop Vann shared their vision. They decided to transfer the property to the Diocese of Orange, knowing that their legacy and mission to care for God's creation and His priests would be carried out.
So we're continuing the heritage he started by expanding it, and how to use it always for the good and for the better. That's part of what the Lord asks us.
And it's been so meaningful because it's not just a land acquisition, it's Bishop Vann's vision of what the future can be. His vision was not simply to acquire land. His vision is to think of the future. Being in nature, you're surrounded by God's beauty, and this is becoming harder and harder to find, especially here in California. So being at the ranch in Vista, you are surrounded by God. You feel God.
Pope Francis reminds us in Laudato Si that caring for God's creation is part of our Christian vocation. God has given us the earth to cultivate with love and gratitude.
Our Holy Father, Pope Leo XIV, has created an initiative, Borgo Laudato Si. As part of that, he's opened up the gardens at the Pope's Summer Palace, Castel Gandolfo, so that people can come and see the beauty of nature, to be inspired by God the Creator, and as well to do so in a way that really focuses on environmental stewardship, of recognizing that we have limited resources. In Southern California, as in that part of Italy, water is a scarce resource. So they're really doing a lot of work finding the best technology to minimize their water usage. He's asked all of us throughout the world to try to scale what they're doing at the Vatican's Holy See, the Summer Palace, as a way of being good stewards of the creation everywhere we go. So here in the Diocese of Orange, we have done that with our avocado farm.
One of the desires of the Borgo Laudato Si initiative is to reach out globally to the entire world, to say to every bishop in every diocese around the world, what can you do? What's the little step you can take in order to contribute to a much bigger mosaic of beauty and life that surrounds us? We can't do everything, but everybody can do something.
What we're doing here parallels what the Holy See is doing. Laudato Si, which Pope Francis promulgated, but Pope Leo developing that for the care of creation and of our brothers and sisters in Christ.
St. Bonaventure, a very famous Franciscan saint, when he wrote the life of Francis, talked about Francis of Assisi and said, in beautiful things he saw beauty itself. And I think that captures the inspiration of both Laudato Si and Borgo Laudato Si, as well as some of the efforts that Bishop Vann is making with the avocado farm, ways that we can create sacred spaces where we have both the beauty of nature, we have a place of quiet, but we also have a spiritual setting where people can come and relax, pray, be in touch with God, and just give thanks for the wonderful gift that God has given us. Our congregation, the Sisters of St. Joseph, we have had a strong connection to the ecological gift for many, many years, for decades. We've had ecology working groups. We've been ready. So when Laudato Si was published in 2015, we immediately moved into action. So for I would say over 30 years, we've been actively involved in this work. And so our property here at St. Joseph's Center, which is 11 acres, 10 or 11 acres, it's a small area, a kind of a piccolo borgo, that we decided we would work on native plants. So we planted native plants to spare the water, to save the water. We have LED lighting. We have solar panels in a number of our buildings. And this is, in fact, one of the values of the Borgo Laudato Si, and that is to include the vulnerable, to include those people on the margins, to make them a part of a larger community that is a community of sustainability.
There's so much we can do. Some things we sisters have done here is begin composting food scraps, drought-tolerant plants in our landscaping, banning the use of single-use plastic bottles. We look for ways of using energy and water efficiently, conserving as much as possible, sourcing renewable electricity. Even our food has a carbon footprint. So looking at the meals we serve, are we buying locally? Are we buying from sustainable sources?
So like Laudato Si and like Borgo Laudato Si, everything is meant to fit together.
Some of the practices that we do here require a lot of manual labor. We also conserve water by checking each sprinkler. We run a microsystem, and it helps out in the end because you conserve water, and that's what we are trying to do each time we irrigate the grove. My Catholic faith is nurtured every day. I just did a big replanting on one of the groves that I take care of, and when we first had cut down all the trees and when we were ready to plant new baby trees, my father eventually joins us later that day, and he asked me and the workers if we had already prayed.
Always when we get a new property, I'm always check the trees. I'm always look the property, test, check the soil, and pray, talking with God and with the soil. What is the next job I need to do to make progress with the soil, with everything?
Coming from a rural area, I had a pretty good sense of taking care of the country and the creation. This project, these acres, is important to me because I know it's important for Pope Leo. And because of my friendship and relationship with him, it's important to spread that around. But also then, it becomes an important initiative and project for our local church as well.
If I had to say one thing about Borgo Laudato Si, I haven't been there or anything, but I would say Borgo Laudato Si is relationship. It's that relationship in creation. It's bringing people together with creation in one place and strengthening those relationships.
Our Ferrucci Clergy Retirement Ranch is a beautiful example of this vision because avocado grown here not just for benefit, but is it for purpose. Caring for God's creation and caring for God's people always go hand in hand.